books? I mean, from kind of the start of camp until now, what kind of progress have you seen?
I think our offense, we started a lot quicker. So, in past years that I've been here, the first, week and a half, it was really a struggle for us to get going and put together drives. But I think, as an offense, we definitely have come a long way. And you see the defense now, they're clicking on full cylinders.
For you personally, how much are things easier for you now than when you first got here as a freshman?
It's the playbook. Once you learn that, everything becomes a lot easier. That's the biggest hump for freshmen is learning the playbook and how fast we go. And once you can get that, to a manageable level, then playing is a breeze.
How much, I guess, I know we talked about it kind of at the start, you said maybe implementing some more things. Obviously, you have some quarterbacks that have been around. How much have you guys maybe increased kind of the playbook and then thickened it up a little bit?
I don't think we've necessarily thickened it up. I think we've trimmed off some stuff that we don't necessarily need or that we haven't gotten good at and been able to really use. And I think we've added stuff that we can use in these future games and help us get a win.
Is it unsettling for you at all if you don't know who the quarterback is until shortly before the kickoff of the first game?
No, not at all. Someone's going to be out there to throw you the ball, and you're going to be out there to block for somebody. So if it's 12, 13, 14, 10, it doesn't matter.
Coach was saying that the secondary is making a lot of plays today. Have they made it a more challenging camp for you than in years past?
I wouldn't say more challenging, but I think having it be a new defense is what has been the challenge. So, for the first 3 years, I kind of knew what to expect from our defense, coverage-wise and things like that. But this year, it was all completely new. And towards the end of camp, you start to get used to it. But off the bat, it was, everything was new from the start for our offense to see. So that was the challenging part.
Do you think that will work to your advantage in games because opponents won't know what to expect either from your defense?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can watch Boise State film, of Coach Yates and the defense he runs, but we're not Boise State, so we're gonna have different things than Boise State did. So you can only, you take that with a grain of salt. Of he might do this, but we might come out with something completely different, and no one in the Pac-12 is gonna know.
How much, if at all, has Rich Rod brought up BYU to this point?
More so just saying they're a great team, and if we don't come out here and work every day in camp, that we're going to get beat by a great team. And that matters for the first game of the season or the last game of the season.
So specific game plan stuff, you haven't started that yet?
Not yet, no. We're working on, solidifying our offense and our defense at the moment.
Without giving away the defense, what maybe one or two things stands out to you when you say, wow, I like that, I like what we're doing there?
The way they disguise coverage. As a receiver, that's a big part of our offense, is being able to read coverages on the go and mid-route, because it changes the way we run our route. So when we're out there disguising and we don't know what they're not giving away a pre-snap read, that makes it challenging for us.
Is that mostly coming from linebackers, defensive backs?
Pretty much everybody. Linebackers, cover downs, and safeties and corners. Everybody's moving, and at any one moment, you may have a DM pop out and play coverage. So they're doing a great job of not giving it away. Who's in coverage, who's coming on the blitz, and how to get that.
Who won the scrimmage today, the offense or the defense?
The offense did.
Offensive.
Yeah. Normally when the pads go on, the score's a little slanted our way. But, that's just, I don't know. It just seems to work out that way. But, you come out here any day during practice and you'll see the scores. We won by 1. Defense won by 2 that day. It's never anybody blowing each other out. We're all out here competing, and it shows.
Nate, what impressed you most about that 95-yard play that Trey made in the SU game?
I think it was our receiving core. If you watch the film, you'll see Trey streaking down the sideline, but then you'll see 3-4 guys, getting blocks downfield. And to have those long plays, that's what you need. It starts up front with the line giving the quarterback protection, and then once we're in the secondary, it's up to us receivers to escort our guys to the end zone.
That's what he said. He said, he credited, Richards was out there making blocks. I mean, how important an element is that on this team for guys to be able to make blocks downfield?
It's incredibly important. Coach Steve preaches if you don't block, you're not going to play. And then that goes for if it's a running play or if it's a pass down the field. To spring long runs like that, it's never one person. One person has speed and he may hit a crease every once in a while, but if you go back and you look at the film, you see multiple guys making blocks, whether that's on the line for running back or downfield as us receivers. So, if you don't block, you don't play. And we take pride in that, when some guy scores, it's all of us having a part of it.
We only really have one game to go on with Brandon. Last year we saw a lot of, one-read throws. Is he ready to make that next progression where he can see more than one look?
Yeah, he is, definitely. And that's just something Brandon's going to get used to. When you have more experience, it becomes easier. And like you said, he has one game under his belt. And as he gets, 2, 3, 4, a whole year under his belt, you're just going to see Brandon grow.